All right, world. Well, this video is not going to be for everybody because we are talking about cassettes, and a lot of people don't even know what a cassette is these days. But it is a type of system that used to hold music and recordings. I know this may seem odd to people, but that's what it is. You know, before CDs, we had cassettes. And I found a bunch of cassettes. Pretty much this is what happened. I found a bunch of cassettes, and I was in the garage. I figured, let me do some work. I had this radio, you know, sitting around. I said, let me throw these cassettes in and listen to some music. And as soon as I put a cassette in, I was like, what is going on here? It sounds horrible. And just to give you an idea, I've queued this up pretty much at the same time, so we got a little Beck playing here. So I put it on YouTube, and I want you to listen.
There's a destination a little up the road from the habitations of the towns we know.
All right, so I got the cassette. So listen here.
There's a destination a little up the road from the habitations of the towns we know. A place we saw the lights turn.
Yep. Seriously, it's like the Chipmunks. So I went through a bunch of videos. I saw a bunch of videos. I went through like 10, 15 videos. A lot of them were kind of helpful, but not really that helpful. But I figured I'd do it on this little mini boombox so you guys could get a better idea. Maybe you want to do it to yours. I'm going to try to fix this and slow it down a little bit. Obviously, it's speeded up. You could hear it. It sounds like Alvin and the Chipmunks is singing. But I'm going to try to see what we can do. Let me get the screws off this box and see what happens. All right, be right back. And I'm back. Here we go. Before you do any of this, make sure you unplug the radio. You don't want any power on. 6 screws in the back, slides right off. Be careful when you're taking it apart. There's always a bunch of wires here. And I didn't want to go dismantling everything. We don't need to do that. Just separate it. Try to get some, better view of what we're doing. I got the radio split up and set up high so you can see what I'm looking at. And what you're going to need is you're going to need like a flathead screwdriver. I have these 2 screwdrivers here. This one's for like eyeglasses. It's a little thin though. This one's a little fatter tip. So we're going to need something like this. Now, a little shout out here to a guy. His name is Adam A_DAM. He had a video that he put up that I watched, and his system on his deck, the way he adjusted his speed was similar to mine. So his video did help me out a lot. So shout out to him. And the way it works is this. And another thing, before I get into this, if you're trying to do this to your radio, remember, some radios have a hole in front of the radio that you could slide a screwdriver into and actually adjust the speed without taking apart the radio. Some of them actually do have this. This one doesn't, so we had to do this, but be on the lookout for that. Sometimes there is a little hole that you could slide a real thin screwdriver in and actually do this without taking it apart. But on this one, we're going to take it apart. We're going to take this screwdriver now, and I'm going to want you to see something. Up here, there's some motors, right? But that's for the CD. We're looking in the back, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you could see. Right back there, that silver circle, that's the motor. All right, and on there's a black button, a little black button if you see it. That black button is what you're looking for. Now there's that black, it's not a button, but it's a black circle, and there's styrofoam in there. Now don't try to rip out the styrofoam. What you're trying to do is you're trying to slide the screwdriver into the styrofoam. There's a slit in the styrofoam. So get your screwdriver, slide it into that styrofoam. Let me see if I can do this on camera. Let me see if I can give you a better angle. Right there. You see that styrofoam? So you slide it in, all right? And now it's seated. Now I'm there, all right? That's where I want to be, right? Now, what we're going to do live on here is we're going to put the power on. I don't suggest, if you're going to do this, you got to be really careful because your screwdriver could ground out something and you could actually get electrocuted or blow up your radio or whatnot. But we're going to try to do this here because there's nothing in the way of our radio. If you're working at like a home system, they have a lot more electronics packed in, and you got to be real careful. So just don't try to video it while you're doing it. Try to take care of it. Be very careful. But we're going to try to do it with the plug in. Let me try to plug this in here. Okay, we clicked in. So we got juice now, so let's be careful. Now I'm going to put on some house music. We don't want to put on Beck again because YouTube will probably demonetize this video, or even flag it. But I'm gonna put on some house music and I want you to listen. Now I know this track, but this is not how fast it's supposed to be. So what we're gonna do is try to slow this down. Let me reach in there. Now look at that. I barely touched that. I barely touched that screw. And look how much it slowed down. Now that sounds good to me. Alright, I know this track and that sounds about right. Now, there's a lot of scientific ways on YouTube about how to adjust this with like test tapes and oscilloscopes and all that. My suggestion to you is put on a song that you know. Put on a song that you know and just play it. And get it to the point where it sounds good to you. And if you want, get your phone, pull the song up on YouTube and try to time it and see what's going on. See if you can get it right like that. I mean, I think that's a better way to do it, Just to try to time it right. Play with the screw back and forth just a little bit, just get little touches. Put another song, another tape in. Try it that way and hopefully you'll get it right to the point where it's pretty close. So if this video helped you, give it a thumbs up. Thanks a lot and enjoy.